Thanks so much for being with us here on Atlanta News First Plus. Just right now, you're looking at video of protests at the proposed Atlanta Public Safety Training Center, the planned Atlanta Public Safety Training Center. And I want to let you know that opponents have been delivering boxes filled with signatures in an effort to stop, what they're calling Cop City. But also, just into our newsroom moments ago, the City of Atlanta Office of the Municipal Clerk has issued a statement on the submission of these petitions that I'm talking about, and responding there, and essentially saying, in part, that we received petitions from those seeking a referendum on the Atlanta Public Safety Training Center and have locked them away in a secure location until we receive further rulings from the 11th Circuit Court. State law and city's code have a clear and strict 60-day deadline for petition circulation. Specifically, the law commands that a petition shall not be accepted by the council for verification if more than 60 days have elapsed since the date the sponsor of the petition first obtained copies of the petition from the municipal clerk. The original petition was issued on June 21st, making August 21st the original 60-day deadline for petition submission. The petitioners could have turned their petition in on or before August 21st, and indeed several times said they were going to do so, but opted instead to take an additional 3 weeks to circulate their petition for signature. So that's part of the response. and they've also added today, September 11th, is 81 days after the date the sponsor of the petition first obtained copies of the petition from the municipal clerk. So the city is prohibited by state law from accepting the petition for verification, absent further guidance from the 11th Circuit. Okay, so essentially, to sum it all up, is that these opponents of the planned training center, Atlanta Public Safety Training Center, they submitted this petition. The city is responding, essentially saying that they did it too late and that they didn't do it within the legally, within the parameters stated under the law. Just for background about this petition, I want to toss things over to my colleague with a bit more on the just kind of context here, Rebecca Schramm.
Stop Cop City! Stop Cop City!
This movement is broad and it is deep and it is activating people who have not been political before in their life because it is about a vision for what kind of city we want to live in.
Calling themselves the Vote to Stop Cop City Coalition, this group gathered at Atlanta City Hall to showcase the boxes, which they say are filled with 116,000 signatures, twice the number needed to force a question on the ballot as to whether the city should move forward with its plan to build a world-class public safety training center on the site of the old Atlanta prison farm. Some who collected the signatures said they were pleased that so many people signed the petition.
I even had at least 24 pro-Cop City people sign because they felt like they wanted it to be a democratic decision.
The group then formed a human chain, passing each box up the stairs of City Hall and into the clerk's office. The city now has 50 days to verify that each signature corresponds with a registered Atlanta voter.
Their response has been to try to put us down, but this movement will not be put down.
Again, thanks to Rebecca Schramm for that report. But again, in this response just into our newsroom moments ago from the city, they've essentially outlined that their stance is that the petitions for this referendum, it was submitted after a deadline that is, imposed by the law. But this is something we're going to keep following here on Atlanta News First and Atlanta News First Plus. And bringing you any updates on this, because obviously there's so much interest on what's happening surrounding that planned Atlanta Public Safety Training Center. Okay.